Hello and welcome everybody. We're here on the second day of the Niche LAN Race of ThinkFast Season 2. Well, it's been a hell of a ride so far. Yesterday's production was kind of horrible, I have to admit, but today we took over,
yes,
more or less.
Production have been fired, long live production.
Yes, the production has been fired. We took over on the fly pretty much today morning. We got everything transferred on my little home studio PC, as well as some microphone. The sound is still not the best. We still try to fix the player cameras, but all that doesn't really matter because right now we have the first game of the day, which is the Serbian team, Fever versus the team that consists of some of the Romanian players, you know, some of the managers, you know, like they all came here since My Insanity quit the tournament just 12 hours before for unknown reason. We had to replace them with a fun stack, and this fun stack, you know, so far is actually looking quite amazing. That interesting performance against Lemon Dogs and London Conspiracy yesterday, and now they go against a team where they actually have a chance to win, and that's why we are looking forward to this. This is probably one of the best matches of this tournament, including, of course, the game that comes afterwards, London Conspiracy versus Lemon Dogs. So, Blakadder, let's go into this.
Indeed we shall. Made in Nice are going to start out with banning the Leshrak and the Gyrocopter, and in response Fever are going to take away the Undying and the Queen of Pain. No surprises here all around. The Gyrocopter maybe a little bit, but good riddance to the Undying. No one likes zombies.
Yeah, pretty much. Undying always getting just banned out because you just don't want to have him in laning. Fever Dota giving away the core already. That's quite interesting because yesterday we saw a pattern pretty much in all the teams not giving away a core unless it was a Leshrak where we had a bit flexibility. Nobody picked like Gyro first or PL first. It was always like an Earthshaker or something like that. So yeah, they give away what they want to work with. PL? There's no other option than core.
Yeah, it's odd considering normally we would see the flexible supports or heroes that can go in any lane first. For this time we get the Phantom Lancer, which is traditionally just your safe laner. Sure, you could technically aggro try, but that's odd. That's very odd, but nonetheless. Made in Niche are going to respond. They pick up a Storm Spirit, so we're looking for that ever-present ball lightning from the mid lane, and if we can get a good combo for the Storm Spirit, that's going to be ideal, considering we expect the early Orchid just for the mana regen, and the all-around, of course, bottle control and treads. But now, with the Earthshaker pickup by Made in Niche, there's what we're looking for. Some form of control. A good amount of stun, a good amount of damage, especially if you can get him an early Blink Dagger. And we have seen what Made in Niche can do with the Earthshaker. We saw it played twice yesterday by Made in Niche in both of the games they played by Keanu, I believe.
Yeah. By the way, I consulted with Made in Niche or with Omicron today morning, and I said, don't play Witch Doctor, you're horrible on it. So I hope they listen to me, and they are not gonna pick it.
Since when does Omicron listen to anything you say, Hefla?
Well, like, I think when it comes to his Dota performance and everything, he might actually do it.
We'll see. Now with the Ballers in Fever's court, how do they respond to the Storm Spirit and the Earthshaker? Are we going to look for some kind of mana warfare to deal with the Storm Spirit? We're already going to see most likely a Fusel Blade on the Phantom, but we need some form of lockdown to hold that Storm in place, otherwise there's going to be problems all around. Yep. Could we perhaps see a Silencer in this game, do you think? Or maybe something a bit more traditional?
A Silencer might actually be interesting, or something that is... yeah, just going for some CC. Clockwork, to be honest, doesn't feel like enough. It's just for the initiation on a Storm, that's fine. You need to burst them down within the next 3 seconds, though. We need something like a Lion. A Hex is always something a Storm Spirit reacts to very allergically.
Blink Hex would be nice. I'd agree with the Lion. The Clockwork is more so for initiating on everyone else, really. He can cause Earthshaker all manner of problems. You try casting any spells on Earthshaker and you've got a Clockwork on top of you. It's not going to happen. But I'm wondering... really, what else are we going to see from these teams as we go into the next ban phase? We see a Bristleback taken out, Zeus banned out by Made in Niche, so taking away the fragile nuking style that we saw from Fever Dota yesterday, although their first 2 heroes are not indicative of that style the other way. Fever Dota, balls in their court again, they're going to ban out the Broodmother. No one likes spiders, Hefla. I keep telling you this.
Yep, there goes the spider again. I don't know why. Come on, give me a Broodmother. At least once this tournament I want to see a Broodmama.
We're not going to see a Brood in this tournament. I'll put money on it, goddammit.
Anyway, let's see what we get after those bans. I mean, the Zeus is already out. We need a second decision here for Made in Niche. That's pretty much it. And what else could they ban? Because right now I think they should focus on anything that could go against the Storm, like it's really, I would go with support bans, like for example Disruptor. Yeah, the silence, the clims, everything that is really interesting to not have against you.
Well, banning out the Disruptor, it means the Storm doesn't need to get so much of an early BKB. Since Disruptor, he is brilliant against Storm Spirit. He is brilliant against heroes like Tidehunter. In fact, seeing the ban out on Disruptor makes me think that Made in Niche may actually opt for a Tidehunter for their offlane. It would not surprise me. Disruptor is the pretty much perfect counter to Tidehunter.
Yep, definitely. The Tide, well, to be honest, I'm kind of sad to see the Tidehunter being so low at the moment in the meta, but other people or other teams just prefer other heroes at the moment. It's not Tidehunter got weaker, it's more or less other heroes got stronger, so therefore, well, we got this kind of constellation of heroes at the moment. We get another support now, some more disabled, the Vengeful Spirit. It's not too bad actually to get someone out of the cogs, for example, but of course you trade someone into the cogs. So I don't know, I don't really feel too good about this swap. Maybe you can do some fancy stuff around fissures where you really bring people on the other side of the fissure with a swap, but still, like, I just don't see the best synergy right now with Vengeful Spirit, a Storm and the Earthshaker. There has to be something else on top of this.
I don't exactly see it being so much all about the swap. We're going to be looking for a lot of early game roaming and ganks from the Earthshaker and the Venge. We know how powerful this combination can be. They're going to be hunting, roaming and killing whoever they can find. And heroes like Clockwork are quite susceptible to the ganks if they're not playing defensive. I mean, there are a few other options here as well. This could be the Vengeful Spirit for the Aura and the negative armor. Then we could be looking for maybe a Drow Ranger or a Visage Drow Ranger. This is an actual option in this game if we see an aggro kind of tri-style, but it's, again, an orthodox style of play that I'm not sure we're going to see. Then again, Omnicron is, I think the accurate word is mad, so it could happen.
He's a goddamn feeder. That's what he is. So there's the line. I've been already talking about, like, Storm Spirit is something you want to have, or you need to have some more CC against, and yeah, Hex plus Stun, that's pretty much what the Storm Spirit is allergic against. Then again, the Storm Spirit, if he goes for Orchid this game, I have no idea how the Lion is going to survive it. Like, if the Storm Spirit subs in and he's silenced, then he's pretty much food. The same goes for the Phantom Lancer. I mean, if you get a Phantom Lancer in a position where he farms, doesn't have too many illusions up, and you know which one is the right one, then a Storm Spirit can easily go for Phantom Lancer, because what makes Phantom Lancer at the moment so strong, it's more or less a doppelganger. That's pretty much what it is all about. Especially 4 points in doppelganger, you're so mobile, you can go uphill, downhill, you can go anywhere and hide and try to confuse the enemy. Of course, if you're silenced, nothing of that is happening.
I'll agree to that one. And now for Major Niche, they pick up a Magnus. This I like. You get your RP into an Echo Slam, you've got Storm Spirit there dropping Remnants. This could work out, but the lanes are going to be interesting. I'm expecting it to be an offlane Magnus or mid-storm. We're looking for a core of some description. Something that can really make use of this kind of AoE setup. I don't see the best of synergies with Magnus, but there is some, especially if the Earthshaker can really work with the mag. But
yeah, that's it. I mean, it requires some chaining, some execution. You can work around a Magnus and the Earthshaker. You have some AoE damage by the Storm Spirit actually stepping into the position of the RP. The Vengeful Spirit providing some AoE armor reduction, but we need something on top of it. To be honest, Gyrocopter, if it wasn't banned, I would say that is now the pick. If you can imagine right now a Gyrocopter that is Magnus initiate into a call down, into Storm Spirit coming in, into an Echo Slam Fissure on, let's say, at least 3 heroes in the RP, that would be absolutely amazing. But they banned Gyrocopter themselves, so we have to see what kind of AoE core we get.
On the flip side, the Coin Fever do pick themselves up a Viper, a nice, good, tanky hero that can easily outmatch a Storm Spirit in the mid lane. My worry, however, we still don't really have any big kind of lockdown to keep this Storm Spirit in check. You've got Hex and a Stun on Lion. That is pretty much it. Sure, that might be enough time for the Phantom Lancer to completely annihilate all of the mana of the Storm, but it's still going to be pushing their luck. I mean, it's going to be interesting as to how this goes. But for the Made in Niche lineup, they're going to ban out the Chen. Now that's a bit of an interesting final ban.
Yep, final ban, Chen. I didn't really understand it. I would like to see a PA, for example, for Made in Niche, but before I could say that there is actually a PA being banned out, that would have been a nice synergy. PA doesn't need to go for the Battle Fury, gets the AoE cleave by Magnus, but that's not gonna happen now. And I honestly think that's what Made in Niche wanted to go for. I think you could have saved the Magnus, put the PA in the 4th position, and then pick the Magnus 5th, because I never would have expected someone banning the Magnus. That way around, they might have gotten it through, or they have a complete different train of thought. We have to see where this one is going. They still need something with AoE, I think. We need more damage on whatever the Magnus gets to initiate on.
Indeed we do, and as it stands, more AoE damage, what can we opt for here? I mean, we've got the Storm, we've got an Earthshaker, we've got a Magnus. Ember Spirit, there we go. Now we've got Cleave added on from Magnus, we've got the Sleight of Fist, and this is going to be absolute carnage if it can work.
It's also a very, very, very nice hero against PL, unless he gets initiated on, because Sleight of Fist against tons of illusions by the Phantom Storm. Remember, the AoE damage, it scales very, very well, and the more targets there are, the more damage over time you will get. Plus, the Sleight of Fist actually takes longer, so that's also a lot of time where the Ember Spirit is kind of invulnerable.
Indeed it is. I mean, that could be the route here. But now, for Fever Dota, they've got 2 seconds remaining of their normal time, 8 seconds of their bonus time. What's their final pick going to be? I'm really thinking a Sword Silencer. There we go. There's our Nortrum. With Nortrum now on the field, we're going to have more than enough kinds of ways to silence and control the entire lineup of Made in Niche. If, and that's a big if, the Silencer can get a good start. We're looking for, I should think in this case, a Core Silencer. And a Core Silencer in this can do quite a bit of work in my mind.
Yep, and by the way, guys, here we sit in our small little room, which is in the university, in the Metropolitan University here. They give us this little conference room, and yeah, I'm doing actually production and casting all at the same time, because our production kinda failed. Anyway, that being said, and saying hello to all the viewers, we are jumping into the game, and let's hope this is gonna be something good.
Indeed, and as it stands, let's introduce the players for the Made in Niche lineup. We've got Omicron playing an Earthshaker. This is going to be an interesting one to see how he does in this game, considering yesterday I believe you made the joke of Feedercron. But nonetheless, we've got Spikutsa on the Vengeful Spirit. Down towards the mid lane, we've got Kiko on the Storm Spirit. We've got Power handling the Ember Spirit. And finally, over in the enemy jungle, we've got Keanu. He's going to be handling the Magnus.
Yeah, the Romanians and their Magnus. I don't know, maybe Keanu learned a lot from Arise. Probably the most, I don't know, potent big RP player with the Magnus. No, he just plays a lot of Magnus and he makes some good plays. Sometimes he also makes horrible plays. We have to see. Anyway, on the Serbian stack side here, we have Dante playing his Clockwork. In the mid, we're gonna have the Viper here. And who is in the jungle? Oh, there's Ralphie on the Silence. We have GJW. Oh, look what's happening here. Keanu trying to make the plays already, but that one didn't really work out in the end. He doesn't even get that rune. And the last one to introduce, the one he was actually, yeah, trying to get that lands on the Magnus. That is the PL played by Tokusan. That being said, it was not enough for first blood, and we did the introduction. Let's go into the laning phase here.
Indeed, and as it stands, I was slightly wrong. It's not going to be a Core Silencer, it's actually going to be a support Nortrum in this case. And that can still do a lot of work, but in my mind he'll need a good early level 6. An early level 6 on this Silencer, and the ability for it to transfer into a semi-carry late game if it goes late, it should be the order of business here for Fever.
Yep, definitely, and well, we have to see where this one is going, because at the moment the Magnus is just getting spammed out of lane. That Silencer is putting his silent butt somewhere in the lane. Magnus no way to even grab some experience at the moment. That's really low what he got. And on the other side, well, we have Dante trying to block some creeps under the tower, but he didn't get all of them. He just got the range creep. And we have to see if he actually gets a chance to do something. The stacking is going on. There were no blocks. Double stack already for the Lion. Top, we pretty much have the same picture here. Omicron, the London Conspiracy manager, he is stacking. I wonder how he made that.
Either way. I suppose we should do the most important thing in the early game. Who are you putting your money on?
My money? I already told Omicron today morning when we met in the hotel that he's gonna lose 2-1 to Fever. Like they're gonna win the first game, then they're gonna be like super arrogant that they won and happy in their fun stack, then they're gonna lose on that, and then they're gonna be so shocked that they're gonna lose the second game as well. That's my theory.
I see. I'm going to put my money, I think, on Made in Niche for this one, considering I like their draft better. It feels like they've got the answers, but Tokusan is tanking quite a bit of creep damage. I suppose his supports are zoning quite heavily, so he's going to be fine. He just wants to keep the equilibrium of this lane as good as possible.
Yep, and the 2-minute runes are up. We have at least Keanu grabbing this one, but that's the only thing. The only thing he got so far. He's half a level into it, and that is only from the bounty rune and I think 1 creep or so. That Silence is doing such a good job, as well as the Lion pulling in here. So the Magnus, that is just horrible at the moment. In the mid we have the Viper being a bit aggressive here on the Storm. We have Kikoni losing quite some HP, but the Viper got the revenge under the tower. But look at the range of the Viper, always putting into at least 1 right click. And of course with 1 point in Nether Toxin you do quite some damage. But oh, look at Keanu, that's our first blood. Oh Jesus, that was Ralphie's curse actually ticking him down. I thought he made it on like to the low ground, but it didn't work in the mid. Do we get a revenge? There's a right click. 1 more right click is pretty much needed. Oh, but he's using his self. His self actually helping the Viper here to survive in the end. Even the Storm Spirit has to be careful now with his HP.
Yeah, they are playing very aggressively with their health pools. It is a resource after all. I do put the edge to Viper in this lane, but if Kiko can get the punishment and the revenge hits where possible, that's going to all add up. At least until Viper gets some more points up in Corrosive Skin, and we can see he's already got 2 points in it. Corrosive Skin does so much work in this mid lane though, you cannot underestimate it.
Yep, absolutely. And now, does the power push already start? I mean, it's only 3 minutes in. In theory, they could do something. Keanu, well, he's getting spammed here all the time. Tokusan, as soon as he has some mana with the Soul Ring, he's just going for it. The last word spam is also real on the Magnus. And look at his HP. I mean, just the lands and the last word here by Ralphie. And he's down to like 30-48% HP. And that's just horrible.
Yeah, this is the nice thing about this combination. You can spam out a lot of front-loaded damage. It's going to bring him down low and force the Magnus to play very defensive. Then again, top lane, we might be in for something here. Dante, you know he's going to get forced back and drop the cog. Stun does go out, but there's no way to really secure this kill. Omnicron saving the mana from the Fisher.
Yep, absolutely. They tried to get in, but instead the Storm Spirit goes down in the mid. That was so fast, this rotation. I thought the Clockwork was really the one going down, but Cogs just made it impossible. So a 2-0 at the moment for Fever. Made a niche, they just don't find into the game at the moment. But never say never if you have a Magnus. The only problem is, my hopes are all on the Magnus. The problem is, well, his farm at the moment is horrible. I mean, he doesn't even have boots. The Arcane Boots would be something where he could at least grab something in farm. But all that is just not coming. Plus feeding the first blood. That's just not going anywhere. We have Ralphie playing quite aggressively. I think he planted a ward somewhere. No, what did he do there? He was going around the Ancients, just saying hello, I guess, finding something.
Oh, that's what he needs to be doing, and the more he finds, the better. If he can scout out and find kills, then this is good, because the Silencer will then get stacks of Glaives of Wisdom, and then, well, he can just propagate into a semi-carry if this goes late. This is the sheer strength of a Silencer. This is a hero that's picked up so rarely these days, but it is quite the powerhouse if the game does go later on. You get a Force, maybe an Atos, a BKB if you need it. You get the full role kind of feel from an Ultram.
Absolutely. So we have to see where this one is going. At the moment, the Storm Spirit completely on the edge.
And dies to neutral creep. Kiko.
Oh, you did not expect those creeps just to give him a punch. So, I mean, he still got the goal, but he lost some goal on the way as well. So, well, that was, I guess, not really planned. Kikoni, the Storm Spirit player. Well, at least that gives Omicron some time in the mid, but the problem is there's the last word, there's the curse. He has to turn around for a Fisher, otherwise he's dead, but it is already too late.
He's dead either way by trying to Fisher. That's the strength of the last word. Yeah. With a Silencer, if you catch anyone out of position with a Viper, they're not going to live.
He should have done it the first second he got last word on it, like stun them, try to run away, even though that's so impossible against the Viper. So yeah, Omicron feeding away in the mid, and well, Kikoni just returned. We have to see where this one is going. At the moment, he just finished his Soul Ring. That will come.
Oh, Lion gets caught by a Skewer and the Ball Lightning coming out to Kiko. This is going to be enough for at least one kill. But Ralphie's throwing some damage out. He's trying to do what he can, drain the mana pools a little bit. Storm has no mana. This could be an opportunity for a kill, but Ralphie has no backup. Now we're going to see the turnaround by Kiko. He's going to try to kill Ralphie. A couple of right clicks, and this could easily happen. But no, another last word comes out. That's going to buy a little bit of time. A shockwave comes through, doesn't quite catch Ralphie. He's got more than enough health to survive, it seems.
Oh, that's too bad. This shockwave could really make the difference. Top, we also had to go on the Clockwork, being really low now, using the salve. Everything seems to be fine in the mid. Omicron, again, in a position where he should not be. The Viper did not use the poison attack, so not slowing him down. But probably could have given him another right click or two. in the end, well, they were still fine. He also still had Fisher. Of course, unless there's someone with last word, the Fisher should actually save him under a tower. However, we have the Phantom Lancer, and look at his farm at the moment. We are 7 minutes in. He went for the Soaring build just to spam the Magnus out. He finished the PTs, and is there something on the Courier, or is that really all of his farm right now? What is he going for? Is that a start into a plant?
I think that actually might be. If it's a Vladimir's, that can work out. I suppose it's quite a nice item to have, but I would be more expecting maybe an Aquila. An Aquila into a Diff Blade. Get the good early game items that really make a Phantom Lancer work, and then go for the Diff. Although he did just pick up a Ring of Regen.
Well, it's pretty interesting, to be honest. Maybe he just keeps the Ring of Protection and he changed his plan whatsoever. Well, at least Keanu finds now some experience. The Magnus being almost level 6 should have at least the gold soon to get his boots together. And then of course he can't go for a Blink RP, but an RP just to, you know, get anything done, like 1 kill, that should be totally fine. Oh, Omicron getting caught out here by Dante, and look at this Battery Assault so much. He's trying to cast anything, but he's not getting it through. But is there a revenge kill? Now Battery Assault is off, he has no mana whatsoever, there is no stick on him. He's trying to deny on the small cam, all of those cams, but the small cams is so unlikely to actually get a deny.
Indeed it is, and this is what I was on about in the draft. If as a clockwork you catch an Earthshaker, the Earthshaker is dead. There is no question, the Earthshaker is dead. Now, part of me wonders though what we're going to see objective-wise out of the Fever lineup. They've got a good bit of early game momentum available to them. Do they start looking to power towards a tower or not? That is my biggest wonder, as we do see a little bit of a rotation from Kiko as well as Keanu there in that mid lane. Maybe looking to threaten the Viper? It could be a possibility.
Yep, that it really looks like it, but I'm not really sure if the Viper is the right target. He got quite some stats by now. He got stick charges, 8 of them already. If the Storm would go on him plus Fishes, that would translate into even more. But we have the Magnus in the mid. With the Storm Spirit going for Vortex, which he doesn't have, or at least slowing them, they could screw him maybe back on the tower, but even for that they need a stun. The Viper is, well, I wouldn't say mobile or anything, but oh, maybe there comes anything. There's the Fisher, where's the screw? Okay, slowing him down, but look at his HP, he's still on half HP. Now he turns around, put that ultimate in, and the Magnus now being caught in a position where he just does not want to be. He's going down, the rest at least gets away. This is exactly what I said, you needed a Vortex to set this Skewer back up instead of Skewer forward.
You need more than a Vortex, you needed to be at a higher health when you wanted to engage the Viper. That's the biggest problem, is top lane we do have a bit of a skirmish going on, and down goes the Clockwork to the combination of the Vengeful Spirit and the Ember Spirit.
Yep, that's at least the first kill they get pretty much in the lane. Before that it was a 1-1 trade for Dante. This time he just goes down. Still, everything is fine for Fever because at the moment Tokusan, he's farming. That's all he wants, and well, yeah, Ring of Regen is actually coming out. So this is a flat. Yep, there's the full recipe for the flats coming out. That's exactly what we pretty much expected. Top, how's the farm of the Ember Spirit? He finished the phase boot, went into drums, got full charges still there. And well, I can't complain actually about this Ember Spirit. It's quite nice. He's quite parallel in farm to what Toko-san can do.
Indeed, and he's going to be going for a Battle Fury as we see him pick up that first Quelling Blade, which will be used to build into it as mid lane. We might have a little bit of a skirmish starting to brew again. They really need to deal with this Viper, but Viper's got 4 points in Corrosive Skin. How do you really fight into that safely? You can't. Look at Kiko. He's thrown a right click, he got hit by 1 poison attack. He's already down to half health and forced to bubble up.
No, this is just absolutely not working. Against this Viper at the moment, with this setup in the mid, they just can't go for it. Oh, power. Trying to go a bit aggressive here on Dante. There's a hookshot. He just think level 6. If this goes too far, he could really turn around. Oh, there's a run and forward, but this is just... it's just some posing. He really didn't want to go under this tower because he knew level 6 on the clock worked. In theory, he could have just turned around right there and then, yeah, punish him for going that far. Omicron in the mid, trying to grab some experience. He is almost level 5. They really need the Echo Slam RP combination. How is Keanu doing? He's level 6 now, has a regeneration rune. The boots. Okay, that's like for a manual goal, that's kinda okay, but of course he needs the Blink Dagger ASAP.
Indeed, the Blink Daggers are going to make and break this game for Made in Niche. We're going to need to see a Blink on Omni, a Blink up on Keanu as well, on Magnus, and to be fair, it's not an option, it's a requirement in this game. Top lane we do have the tower being pushed a little by the Ember, Dante is here, and there is a smoked lion. They're going to try to go for this, but hookshot forward. There's the Hex. They need to get a stun. They need to bring down this Ember. Can they finish him off in time? Yes, they damn well can, especially with the rotation in from Ralphie on that silencer as well.
And look at the silencer stack. That's the most important thing about this silencer. He's not just any silencer doing some roaming, getting some farm and some experience here. No, he's actually been involved in most of those kills here, which means he's a support silencer on the 4th position who's having 10 stacks already, 12 minutes into the game. So if this goes anywhere close to a later game, Fever can easily transition him into like significant damage.
Indeed, I mean, all you need is a good few stacks of Int, a 4-staff or a Atos, and you can just do so much work with the silencer. It's surprising. He is one of the best orb walkers around. Then again, Viper is present and he is the king of it.
Yep. Today, Made in Niche, they don't look as good as yesterday. Maybe it's the pressure, because they had to play against their own teams yesterday, London Conspiracy and everything. Oh, but Omicron, you don't want to be here. There's a Viper with a double damage. There's the Fisher. He's trying to TP out. The Viper's not going up. No, that is actually super. And there is the skewer forward, but actually helping him, getting him on the other side of the Fisher. There is an RP holding him in position. They accepted already the fate of this Viper. No one else is rotating in. So this is actually the mid hero being lost, and from the side we have the Storm Spirit rotating in. They see Ralphie here. Oh, Ralphie is their Vortex. Still no Vortex, but they don't need it. Just blowing him up. That's the downside of a silencer. He's squishy as hell.
Indeed, it's one of the worst things about the hero. Everyone has its trade-offs though, and now we're going to see a bit of damage going towards that mid-tier 1, considering the 2 easy kills that Made in Niche managed to pick up.
Yep, Jesus, so we were looking at a game that started so slowly for Made in Niche, but well, they just got the silencer who was involved in all those stacks. He was high in experience for support. We got the mid hero who was involved in all those kills, almost the highest level on the pitch, and now they got those 2 kills, which means that's absolutely a recovery strike for them.
I suppose the big thing that I've got to mention for Fever, they don't have level 6 yet on Ralphie. Sure, he's been rotating, he's been involved in a lot of kills, but he's not been in any lane truly in getting experience from that, so he's behind in terms of experience in this game. Both him and the Earthshaker do not have their ultimates yet, and well, yep. Earthshaker just got his.
Also 14 minutes into the game, we reach a point where everybody, literally everybody, got their ultimates. Now, if the silencer is level 6, that should just do the trick. But first, oh my god, we have to go here on the Magnus. He's trying to skew it back, but it's probably too late. Yeah, the last word. Now he's silenced. That's just not going anywhere. The Storm Spirit just watching pretty much. The question is, do they actually go for power? Finding Ralphie here and the Clockwork. There's no, this Remnant is going back. They already blow the horn for retreat. There's the sap out on the low ground, and everybody just has to retreat. So Keanu just feeding away while the others just try to farm. Omicron is now suddenly the farming Earthshaker.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I think he should have TP'd down there and got involved in that fight and maybe try to save the Magnus. But as it stands, still, you've got Kiko now up on this top lane. He's going to continue farming up, push this into the tower. Maybe even able to finish off this top tier tower, forcing the glyph user.
Oh, in the mid, there's a nice RP holding the Viper in position under the tower. The tower is actually helping, and now 4 of them, well, hitting him. Even Omicron came in, but there is the finger of FU. Just coming in, sneaking that kill on the Vengeful Spirit. That was the easy one, so a 1-1 trade still. They are better off trading a Viper for a Vengeful Spirit. That's something Made in Niche can easily give away.
Indeed, and still, that's quite the nice little edge there for Made in Niche. They lose the Venge, they get the Viper, they get the tier 1 on tower on the top lane. That's a pretty huge pickup. This is potential for Made in Niche to really make some things happen here. We look at the graphs quickly. It's only 1,000 gold lead to Fever and a 500 experience lead their way as well. But it is by no means any one team's game yet. This is going to be quite the brawl.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this game is pretty much equalized at this point. Yes, Fever had a good start, but now they keep losing here or there, making worse trades than before. So yeah, the managers, or the manager and friends, the fun stack here on the Serbia LAN in Niche, they're coming back slowly but steadily. And guys, don't forget, this is a best of 3, so even if they lose this one, there have to be potentially still 2 more games to be played.
And it seems Omnicron's found himself a double damage rune. Power's going to be the one to bottle that up, and now we could be looking for a fight with a DD rune. This could be quite inopportune if Fever start pushing with this Viper at this point.
Yep, definitely. So let's see where this one is going, because the silencer, I pretty much said it like, oh yeah, in a minute they should all be level 6, but the fact is the silencer has not been around anywhere close to a lane where he could pick up the XP, but I think Fever should definitely give him ASAP some access to any lane where you could get like a half a creep wave or something like that, so he's level 6, because that level 6 makes such a difference in the fights. You need that global silence, so it has to come out. Now he's close to the creeps, he needs, I think, 2 more. This range creep won't be enough. But is there a go on Omicron? At least the harass is here.
Yeah, it's one of the nice things about Viper. You can just harass so easily with the poison attack. Orb walking, not getting creep aggro, just abuse the hell out of it. And that's what Viper does. Viper's a bully in lane more than any other hero, really, apart from OD.
By the way, the Ember Spirit, it looks like he's gonna go still for a Battle Fury on top of what he has in Cleave for the Magnus. I don't think that's too bad. Sometimes we still see the Ember Spirits going for 2 Battle Furies at the same time, because the Cleave stacks, and it's pretty powerful to bump up your AoE, obviously, especially because you run against the PL. So getting only 1 Battle Fury plus that one of the Magnus, I think that is enough for a combination. But oh, in the mid, Omicron in a position you don't want to be, and the Cox didn't come out, so the Echo Slam actually helping here. Is there a swap under the tower range? That would be, of course, interesting. Swap is not coming out because there's a Global Silence. The Global Silence making it impossible, but that last word is definitely gonna be a kill. He should have swapped right away, I think. That might have been the better choice in the end. It's a Vengeful Spirit. Not the worst loss, but yeah, I think they could have traded 1-1 here.
It's not the worst loss, and I do have to point out that the negative damage aura from the Venge did go onto that Viper. So that's going to be pretty significant if a fight breaks out here, and we could see one. We have that potential RP ready to go. Finger of Death, however, flies out. It kills off Omicron, and now the tier 1 will most likely fall. Keanu's going to have to skewer out. He doesn't want anything to do with this anymore, and they'll concede the tier 1.
Yeah, Omicron sticking around there, being a bit cocky and just getting the finger of big FU. That's the best with the Lion. You can sometimes, when people just stick around, you're like, you know what? I got my ultimate. We need to kill. It's a relatively easy cooldown. It's 160 seconds, so you can wait for that. And a kill is a kill. You should never settle for anything less.
Indeed, you should not. And as it stands, we do have that Blink Dagger for the Lion flying out to him now. So Blink Hex. This is going to be a problem for the Storm Spirit. You were saying the Storm Spirit is allergic to hexes in the draft.
Absolutely.
This is going to be the true test of if Fever can really make use of this blink without being too heavily punished by making niche.
Absolutely. It's coming actually down to...
Oh, there it is. Blink takes onto Pico.
Yep.
This is what they're looking for. The Earth Spike does catch, and now he's taking so much damage, but he will still manage to ball Lightning out.
It's still, like, I mean, Toko-san... Oh, wait, Toko-san, does he want to go for this? I mean, it looked very ambitious there, going towards the tower, but in the end it just did not happen. I mean, the Storm Spirit, yes, 1 hex is okay. The follow-up stun as well. The only problem is it's just not enough if you roam as 2. If you had a 3rd damage source, that Storm Spirit might have actually died. With 2, it's just not enough. And the Storm Spirit also at this point, he didn't have strength boots on, so he could have even boosted his stats a bit more. Do we have a go here on Ralphie? Oh, well, the chain's up, at least. The last word, it didn't come out on the Ember Spirit yet. There's Omicron just saying hello. The problem is he has no mana, and also everything's on cooldown. He's trying to TP out. They settled for this 1-1 trade. The problem is now Power being silenced under the tower, and he has to say hello. That dive just took way too long, and the punishment is arriving way earlier.
Yeah, the Fissure from Omicron actually blocked out Power, so he had to go around the trees the long way. It was quite rough, and the power of the silence has really shown there. He can just cause so many problems with the Ember Spirit, with the Storm Spirit. It really is powerful. And now, on top of all of this, we've had it up for about 2 minutes or 3 minutes now. Toko-san has a Diffusal Blade. Mana Warfare is now ever prevalent in this game.
Well, I wish we had the player cameras working, because I would have loved to see how they flamed Omicron for placing that shit Fissure. I know, that's exactly what happened there.
You just want to see Omicron flamed.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot deny that.
Oh well, you see what I have to work with, ladies and gentlemen. No, bottom lane, we might have a bit of a go here as Power, he comes down with a 3-man rotation backing him up. He does manage to find and kill off the illusions, and now, well, it seems like it's time for Toko-san to start bullying. Omicron hexed out, stunned out, and bursted down. Finger of Death even commit from the Lion on that one. Yep. Quite the easy pick-off.
This was just illusions doing the works, here and there some spell damage, as well as That's the funny part, as well as the Ancients helping the Dragons with the AoE breath, and then again the finger. One finger, one kill, and so far every single finger led to one kill. And that's how Fever slowly but gradually, yeah, increased the net worth. Looking at it, like it was quite stagnant around this time, and we never exceeded like 2k, but now they're heading towards a 4k, 4.5k advantage, and well, made a niche, they have to be careful. Like forcing this Ancient farm here, it's just not good. Even Tokusan commits now some time to just block it, grab some XP, etc. This is just not working. The Storm Spirit also, like semi-jungling, top there's actually farm to take. We have to see where this one is going. At the moment it looks like Fever rotating into the top lane, making something happen either on the Storm Spirit when if he gets silenced, or hacks that is, on getting the tier 1 tower.
I have to point out though, we are starting to get into dangerous territories here, considering Power just finished up his first battle here. We're looking for Power cleave, but top lane Kiko, he gets blink hexed again, stunned out. Global Silence comes out as well. They want to kill this Storm, and I don't blame them. Can he get out in time though? Ball Lightning, he manages to zip away, but I'm not sure if he's going to have enough health still, because he did have dots on him. Still back in the fight. The Viper getting forced out TP, no cancel by the Echo Slam. Omnicron is in a bad way. He's going to get brought down by the Viper, but Power does get the counter kill, at least onto Ralphie.
Yep, they're gonna settle for that Ralphie kill, but still, it's a silencer. It's absolutely a silencer that was involved in the kill. He got the stacks already, and well, then his deed is done. You know, he was there. He silenced someone, got the debuff on it, and well, he got a stack off it, and then he died. It's absolutely fine.
And the Storms did survive as well. And now he's going to go straight onto Tokusan. He's going to start trying to bully this Phantom Lancer. And the Phantom Lancer is suffering oh so bad. He's almost down. One more right click will kill him off here. Can he finish him off? Yes, he can. Kiko finds the Lancer.
Absolutely. That's the downside of having not too much HP at this point, because the Phantom Lancer went straight for the Diffuser Plate, which is nice, especially since the illusions are such a harass at the moment on Omicron and on the Storm Spirit, and Ember's lagging. Okay.
Technical issues.
Yeah, we have to check where this one is going. And as I said, guys, so we took over production here, which means we do everything manually from my streaming PC, and we did not get to work the team cameras, like in those rooms here in the university, in the computer cabinets. There are cameras installed that can, in theory, show us the players, but I hope either between now and the next series, London Conspiracy versus Lemon Dogs, we try to get them installed, or then by tomorrow, latest by the grand finals. As I said, guys, we do everything here on the fly, improvisation, and making out of nothing pretty much everything.
I think the term you're looking for is Curse of the LAN.
No, it's not even Curse of the LAN. It's just really just doing some magic around production. Usually you would never produce with stuff like this, but we do it, and so far it's gonna be fun. Let's see, top. Do they want to go for something? There's an RP, but only finding the Viper. The screw back is not successful because there has been a Yule Scepter, but they get the Lion. Oh god, the Lion under the tower. It should be enough if there's any additional damage, but there is not. There's just a Fisher coming through with Omicron, and look at this Lion's HP. This is just insane. From the background, we have the Vengeful Spirit coming in, just stunning Ralphie, but dying himself. This is just a disaster. Now they make their retreat. Is there Omicron with another Fisher? Just 1 second time, and we have Keanu also failing with all this, which means in the end, this is just a 1-for-0 trade.
1-for-0, and you've got to remember the aggression at the Lion there. He went down to hardly any health and survived. He had like 20 health and managed to get out. The mechanism, I believe, from the Viper, managed to do quite a bit of work in terms of prolonging the life of his team. But top lane, it's not over yet. Omnicron! Oh, back to the graveyard with you.
Yep.
Rip.
Rest in peace, Mr. Omnicron. But you know that I bet with him. I told him like he's losing with his fun stack today, and well, the first round of beers today evening is definitely on him. Just so you know, not because I might forget on the way. Anyway, look at Kikone. He got a haste rune and he found the Viper. Problem is his haste rune ended. The vortex and everything. This is just not enough, especially since the clockwork is still here. They could try to find that shot. And oh my god, it connects! What a beautiful hook shot. Now he's silenced as well. Is the damage enough? I mean, battery assault. The hits by the Viper. No. They still make it out. I can't believe it. There's a Yule Scepter holding him in place, but it's also doing the debuff, and well, he's just using his suicide, getting it done. But still, I mean, yes, denied, but the problem is still in the mid, Vengeful Spirit going down only by illusions.
Yeah, that's the nasty thing about a Phantom Lancer. The illusions themselves can do so much damage, and
when
Ember
looking at
manages
bottom
to kill
lane,
off Ralphie. Oh, that was quite rough. We've seen a lot of Ralphie's play being quite good in this game so far, but being caught out by an Ember, that's quite rough. Now, I'm wondering what we're going to see objective-wise next. It seems like we're seeing a bit of focus on this tier 2 in the mid lane. We could be seeing the tier 2 on the bottom lane. We do have Kiko guarding the tier 2 on the bottom lane at least. And all of the members of Fever are all backing up. They don't really want to aggress too much, it seems. Then again, Dante, he's certainly threatening. And Kiko, he comes in. They were hunting for it, but couldn't quite get the jump right. That would have been quite the kill if it could have gone ahead.
Absolutely. To be honest, I mean, besides of course this being a fun stack, but when it comes to vision, for example, they take actually a serious approach. They want to have vision. Vision, of course, is important, but they're really allergic. As soon as you go for them for their wards, it's like you attack one of their family members, and they really come like you just saw over the storm. That's why also made a niche. I think they have nice positioning around the map, and they even find the wards now that Fever placed in their jungle, so it's definitely nice what we see here. I'm still worried because look at that silencer. Jesus Christ, this is a support silencer with 18 stacks, 26 minutes into the game. He's now going into a 4-staff, which means he has mobility, he can chase a bit, he can help people out of RPs, etc. And we have to see where this one is going with the Ember, because the Ember, sure, he got now crit and the Battle Fury ready, but you saw the fights we saw so far, all of them have been spread out. All of them have been, well, the Ember does definitely not benefit as much from Slide of Fist as we want to.
Well, Fever's been playing quite spread out, and that prevents the big RP Echo Slam combinations, and of course Slide of Fist. It's one of the better things that Fever have done with their positioning in this game. My bigger worry, however, for Maiden Niche, if you look at the Fever heroes, you've got a 4-staff, 600 gold away on Ralphie. You've got a 4-staff, 600 gold away on GJW. Kiko's in a lot of trouble with the Viper there as well. All of the silences in the world, and cindered him with the finger of death.
Make that 20 stacks, and this Lion, I mean, we talked in the draft about it, we emphasized it.
Oh, looking for the jump, doesn't quite get it.
Not gonna latch. And
but now, turn around, you do have Yules, as well as Tokusan here, just harassing out that Ember.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, the Yule Scepter on a Clockwork, it really feels good. It's refreshing. I mean, Serbian Dota brings some fresh blood into the itemization of heroes. The Yule Scepter so far, especially against Storm Spirit, etc., it worked out. It just worked out, holding them in place, making sure your team arrives there in time and everything, just delaying certain things or placing people for a nice Cogs pushback and burning mana as well. So it's pretty nice what he does at the moment. I'm pretty happy to see Dante.
Well, we'll see as Chad gives us a little bit of a chuckle, but we've got a big ancient stack being worked on by Spakutsa, and if we can get this farmed up quite quickly, that will work quite well. Now, we have a smoke as well coming out of Maiden Niche, so we're looking for a big RP, we're looking for a fight, we're looking for a good combination.
Oh, but first we look at the Storm Spirit just exploding on that Lion, and well, they think it's over, to be honest, but there is a smoke coming. It's a 4-man smoke. Well, the Storm Spirit can't really help with it. He has quite some decent regeneration, but no bottle, no nothing. And now, oh, there's the doppelganger, there's the global silence, and they're gonna go on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit cannot tank this. They needed the Magnus RP as initiation. There's a hookshot coming out, but doesn't find anyone. They still try to get someone, but oh, it's only the Clockwork, the last one of all you want to need. You can buy time exactly with this Yule Scepter, and now we have big problems. The Magnus, he's gonna die on that last word for sure. So it's at the moment a 4 for 2, 4 for 3 trade. It is, well, no one is actually following up on that Storm Spirit. I'm kind of surprised that the Phantom Lancer did not come for it. So we make it a 3 for 4 trade, and Kikuni tries to go farm, but I think those two here, Tokusan and the Viper, they will just push tier 2 because they got all the time in the world.
Yeah, very true, and it was a double kill for Tokusan and it was a double kill for Ralphie. That's quite the amount of gold going the way of Fever, and more importantly, on the Silencer and the PL. This is quite worrying for Maiden Niche. With 4 men down, they're going to most likely lose their tier 2 tower here as Tokusan continues the double ganger and the pressure from the Phantom Lancer. And this is quite good to see, and we're going to have, most likely, what item are we going to see on this Phantom Lancer? Is that a casual vitality booster into a possible Manta?
This is sure. Casual vit booster into, yeah, Yasha. So what does he finish first, a heart or the Manta style?
Into heart, I would think.
Yeah, Manta into heart, just getting the vit booster as a slot filler. Or maybe he bought it actually when the Storm Spirit was on him. I don't know if that was really just a quick buy just to save the money. Being scouted, being hookshot, beautiful here, and his mana's not enough to get on the low ground. This time he's definitely out, no chance whatsoever. So looking at his Bloodstone charges is at 4. I mean, Jesus, at 4 that's nothing. And the Ember Spirit, he has to run it out because the the Phantom Lancer is on his spot, just following him. He used even diffusal charges for that. Still, it's showing already the picture we are looking at. The Phantom Lancer is just taking a lot more traction at the moment than the Ember Spirit.
Indeed he is. The Ember Spirit can't risk getting caught out of position though, and the Phantom Lancer can be quite a bit more aggressive considering his double game, and he doesn't have to worry about infinite silences near enough. But the Ancient Sack will be farmed up by power, and as this game gets to the 30-minute mark, let's take a quick look at the graphs, shall we? A 7.5k gold lead, the way of Fever, and of course 7.5 experience lead as well. This is quite strong from Fever. It's the ball is in their court really to throw with.
Absolutely. It's if Fever has like a bad fight, to be honest, we could still come back because the cores of Made in Niche, they're still decent. Look at the Storm Spirit now going here on that Clockwork, but is there a Vortex coming out? Yes, there is. That's an easy kill for him. So finally he's recharging some of his lost let's say Bloodstone charges from 4 to 5 right now. Well, he had I think 8 or 9 already, which he all lost with his suicide and a death. He has to really get some of them back. Like a Storm Spirit, everything that's above like 10, 11, 12 charges, it's a very decent mana regeneration where you can really just escape a bit, and by the time they chase you, oh, never mind that. Talking about Bloodstone charges, you might lose them because there's the Hex, there's the stun. Is there any follow-up? There's the follow-up stun right here by the Viper. There will be the Silence and the Finger, and this is also more and more stacks for Ralphie. He has 26 goddamn mana stolen.
That is absurd, that amount of it stolen. We're only 32 minutes into the game, and Ralphie has balled really strongly in this game. There's very little ways to stop the Silencer, because all he needs to do is be there in range, and he just pops Global Silence, and the entire Maiden Niche lineup can do nothing. We've got no BKBs, we've got no ways to break the Global Silence. This is getting to be nigh impossible for Maiden Niche if this landslide continues the way towards Fever.
Absolutely. At least it is something. While the Storm Spirit was going down, they still had, well, the pleasure to fight Roshan. He had the Aegis for the Ember Spirit, but that's all they achieved. I'm not even sure if the Roshan was worth getting the Storm Spirit killed there, but we have to see what happens with his Aegis. I mean, the Ember Spirit with the Aegis, he can go down once, and let's see what else happens here. Doppelganger up, Tokusan. Well, he stole already all the Ancients that were actually supposed to be for power.
Indeed. And now, I do wonder as well, I look at the lineup of Fever, and, well, with another smoke being popped by Maiden Niche actually, I look at the lineup of Fever, what are they going to do to fight into this next one? There is no Global Silence, not for 40 seconds. This could be the fight that Maiden Niche needed. There's the ball lengthening forward, BKB there, then RP on 2. This is good damage. Skewer back as well. Then into an Echo Slam. Wow, Kiko on a double. This is actually getting quite good here for Maiden Niche. That's a 4 for 0. Now they're going to bring down the Silencer. That's a full 5-man wipe at the loss of nothing. This is exactly what they needed.
Well, they still lose 1 because thanks to that, but look at the Courier. The Courier was actually there on the way, and they tried to chase it, make it a 5 for 1 plus a Courier. That would have been so nice, but this tier 1 tower is definitely going down. And Fever, we were talking about a throw, you got it right there. Like the throw is actually real.
I wouldn't call it a throw. Fever were looking to pressure without Global Silence. That's something they can't really afford to do, and that was the demonstration of the BKB also from the Storm Spirit of Kiko. The BKB does make quite a bit of difference in these fights.
It's actually both BKBs coming out, the Ember Spirit and the Storm Spirit, because right now people was always relying on being silenced. Now we have 2 BKBs coming out, and suddenly they were like, oh my god, there's still everything's coming. And after the silence, the RP came through into an Aqua Slam where 3 people were caught in. So it was a beautiful combination. It's the combination we've been talking about in the draft, and wow, I mean, just wow. We have to wait some more seconds, then we can show this on the graphs, because this is a huge comeback.
Indeed it is. What was it that killed the Magnus? Was it dots from the Viper?
It was the combination of Viper and Silencer.
Ah, that's what. Now,
so yeah, the Silencer got at least involved again, so they didn't make it a 5-0.
The Silencer has been a royal pain in the ass towards Maiden Niche. It certainly is going to be quite the mid to late game, I think, in this game. It's by no means completely one-sided. And if we can bring up the graph now, we can show just what happened in this fight. That's a massive drop. That's down to only a 2.5k gold lead. And experience is now in favor of Made in Niche. This is what they needed.
Yep, this is just one goddamn team fight. It's not even stopping to update right now because I mean they were dead obviously, and in that time Made in Niche they still were farming. So this is gonna be, I'm not sure if it's enough for a 10k swing, but it's definitely enough. Confirmed more than 7.5k swing, which is one team fight. So this game is even out. We are pretty much back to square one.
And even with 26 intelligence stacks on Ralphie, this is still quite worrying for the Fever lineup if they can keep control of these games. What they need, however, and I think it's what Ralphie's next item will be for Fever, is a refresher. A refresher on a silencer. This, I think, is going to be the order of business.
Oh, that's too much. Refresher on silencer. That's so much pain. I just no, don't do it.
Oh, you should be used to that level of pain by now, Hefla.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's see what's happening here. At the moment, Omicron is the one who's dewarding, but I think, oh, there will be Blink, there will be a Hex, and Silencer is involved there as well. I think we just look at Ralphie's 28th stack. There we go, and the dewarding is also going there. That's, well, Omicron is putting a lot of emphasis on the warding, but of course it's not really worth to have supremacy when it comes to vision, but losing everybody on the way. And oh, what is this? The Storm Spirit, the longest sip I've ever seen Dante. Well, he's still not going down. Dante actually survived with the mech, and now Pico in so much trouble. That was so greedy. Like Dante's Yule Scepter on that Clockwork, I think this item made more than half of his place.
Indeed, he survived so long, and now we've got that Scythe of Vice, of course, on the Viper, which locked down the Storm Spirit even more. Locked down the Storm Spirit. That is the game plan of Fever. And I have to point out, there is a second Perseverance coming up on Ralphie. This is a refresher.
I was afraid of it actually happening, and yeah, Ring of Health, 2 Perseverance is now the new recipe or like the new ingredients you need to brew a little refresher together. And well, he's not too far away from it.
Smoke time. Maybe Niche want to fight again, it seems, but they're going to be fighting in. Hook shot from Dante. This is quite bad. They're going to lose Tokusan most likely. He manages to not make the cliff in time, and one more stun comes out onto Dante. That's going to be his death as well. That's 2 for 0.
This was even an RP used by the Ember there. I don't think even that was needed, but well, that was quite interesting. He tried to doppelganger up here. He was standing here, doppelganger here, but he ended up going down again with the main hero. So that was kind of unfortunate. This is kind of the randomness of doppelganger, because I think you always get reassigned in a different position of all the 3. You're never in the same position.
You're never in the same position. You're in a random spot when the 3 spawn.
Yeah. So this is what it makes sometimes hard when you're on the edge trying to get like on the high ground or low ground, and yeah. Anyway, so this little slip by Fever means we gonna get a free tier 2 tower and what?
We can potentially see some tier 3 power here.
Is that even more?
Yeah, I think it might be, considering we're going to need to see a buyback on the Phantom Lance. There's no way they can fight without it. Oh, skewer back, the line is pretty much toast now. You can't really risk doing that, not against a Magnus. Now Tokusan, however, is involved again. He brought back. That's a very key thing to keep in mind.
Oh,
as in comes the TP as well from Clockwork. Are we going to see the hook shot? No. He's going to hold it. They're going to wait.
No, they cannot fight. They cannot fight at this point. This is a bought back Phantom Lancer because they thought they actually fight. This is a Lion who needs to be initiating either on the Storm Spirit or maybe on the Ember or even on Omicron, just to not have the problem with Echo Slam, or even on the Magnus. At this point, Made in Niche, they can still make their plays even if the Lion jumps on someone, but you cannot fight all-out fight in front of your base if you just have a bought back core, because if the Phantom Lancer goes down, they're gonna lose tracks.
Yeah, and more importantly, if they were to fight there, they wouldn't have had Global Silence, and they still don't for another 30 seconds.
By the way, tell me please what this is. Like, seriously, tell me what this is. So, we have a casual bit booster, we finished his Manta, okay, till that point we kind of agreed, and we thought he goes into a heart, but now we see a Ogre Club coming out. He's actually now making another sidestep with the BKB. You think that's good?
A BKB on Tokusan, I don't see being all that relevant. I mean, it doesn't stop any of the damage from the Ember with the Sleight of Fist. It doesn't particularly stop the RP. You've got to worry about the Earthshaker at least, and I suppose you can protect with the BKB for that. But I have a feeling it might actually be a Sanj and Yasha.
Really? Like saying Sanj and Yasha or SY on a PL, I just don't like it.
I think that SNY is more reasonable than a BKB against the lineup of Made in Niche. I mean, a BKB protects you from the Earthshaker, it protects you from the Storm Spirit, yes. It doesn't protect you against the Ember, and the Ember is really what the PL should be worried about in my mind. It doesn't stop the RP either.
But what they also should be worried about is that flanking little smoke that's coming in. Taking a rune, that would be a mistake, not giving away your position. They have to be careful though, because while they're smoking and everything, we have lanes actually pushing in the mid as well as top, and they go in, they try to find someone in the jungle. They expect someone of Made in Niche to be around here, but the fact is, they're all around their own ancients. Like, they're just not doing anything, and they're not even farming the ancients because they know something is going on. Something is just not right.
Well, the smoke expired either way, and all members of FIFA are backing up. They tried to go on a little fishing expedition and came up short.
Fishing expedition, okay. Either way, we're 40 minutes in Blakadder, and this game, well, I mean, we have two. Whoa. How did that happen? Jesus, Storm Spirit just jumped directly on the lion from, like, he was in the river. He jumped almost from the river down on the lion and cost him all his mana. But the impact, the impact actually made it. That's the aggressive warding coming out by. I have to actually say it. I will cut it out when I cut the VOD later, because it's actually something pro Omicron. He might be a noob, but his warding and his warding position, which he knows probably as a manager as well, is quite good. I have to say that. Like, the aggressive warding in positions where the enemy doesn't expect it, that's good. So beyond that,
let me get this straight. You're going to cut that from the VOD because you said something nice about Omicron.
Yes.
God damn it, Hefla.
I will cut this out, because then he will, in a year, he will still say, you know, I'm the best warder in Romania and Europe. That's what he's going to tell me.
Either way, the aggressive warding has paid off really for Made in Niche. And if we take a quick gander at the graphs, 42 minutes in, and Made in Niche have landslided it their way. 7,500 gold in favour of Made in Niche.
Yeah.
Experience-wise, 12,000 experience.
This is a 15k swing. This is a 50k swing in less than 10 minutes. That's Dodo. Dodo right there, and now they want to go high crown. It's time, but of course this could also go so horribly wrong at the moment. Well, Phantom Lancer just harassing Kiko. Kiko by now having only 7 Bloodstone charges, by the way. Like, I thought he recovered a bit on it, but apparently, no, that's just not the case. All this fighting, he was apparently not witnessing it.
Witnessing kills, I think, is the words you're trying to say.
Yeah.
You know, in this case, one with the most kind of involvement in the kills without doing much in terms of effectiveness was the Silencer. He can just walk into these fights, not do anything, and just steal int. It's
but look at this. Like, at the moment,
swap back onto the Viper. If they can kill off this Viper, that's going to be perfect. But he does get 4-stuffed out by his teammate. It still might be too late. They 4-stuff him again. The Viper still stands for now, and Dante, he jumped in. He tried to get in the back, and they did lose the Viper in the end of that. But now we've got a stunned out Kiko in the base, and you've still got the full pressure of Made in Niche. Everyone falling, and GG is called. Fever cannot hold game 1.
Jesus, Fever is actually GGing out here. I thought they might just lose 1 Rex because the tier 2 towers were still standing in the other lanes, and then they just go for another defense. But yeah, they don't put up a fight, they just go and GG out. That means a best of 3 and 1 more. I still think Fever can actually take this game off, because they didn't look bad in laning and everything.
No, they didn't.
So let's see where this one is going. And guys, we are back in about 5 minutes. The problem is, some of the players are smokers, and they will definitely just run out, smoke real fast, and then we come back. Anyway, till then, some music is coming up, and game 2 will be soon.